I just can't get away from a good time.
All right, Coach Cruisers, and those of you new to Coach Cruise, I'm your host, Brad. So let's get right into this episode. And this episode is a juicy one. Why? Because we're going to be talking about the inaugural cruise director for the Carnival Jubilee. Has that been released yet by Carnival? Absolutely not, at least not as of the airing of this particular video. Now, what has been released, though, are what I feel are two major clues as to who is going to be awarded the Carnival Jubilee and be the inaugural cruise director come this December of 2023. And let's find out more about that right after this.
Yo, YouTubers, check me. This is Cookie, your cruise director on the Carnival Horizon down in Miami, Florida. Trust me, number one, you want to follow this man's channel, Coach Cruise, because he's the absolute best coach out here. Not about fitness, but about cruising. Trust me, he's going to make sure you have the best time ever because he knows the ins and outs of every cruise that you go on. So click that like, follow button, and share more about this brother right here. Not only is he my coach, but he's my cousin. We'll see you all on the next cruise. Until then, we're out of here.
All
Peace.
right. All right, so we're going to try to keep this video relatively short, but I want to go over the two big clues, okay? The first clue being experience. What's every employer want? They want experience. They want to know that that employee of theirs is going to come into a job and they have experience, and hopefully experience that in the past that shows that they were successful. Now, of the three candidates, the two with the most experience on the XL class, okay, now keep in mind, the Mardi Gras was the first XL class ship. Then the Carnival Celebration, soon the Carnival Jubilee. Now, those are all three XL class ships. The layout of the ship, everything is pretty much identical, but for the most part, it's an identical ship, okay? So if you learn how to do one, you're gonna know how to do the other with relative ease. All right, now Chris Williams. When Mike Pack brought out the Carnival Mardi Gras as the inaugural cruise director, there were two notable cruise directors that when Mike Pack would go on vacation or was on leave, all right, the two cruise directors that were working the Mardi Gras as the lead cruise director were Lee Mason, who became the inaugural cruise director of the Carnival Celebration and cruise director of the year. Congratulations, Lee. Obviously, they made the right decision in choosing Lee Mason as the inaugural cruise director of the Carnival Celebration. Now, the other notable cruise director on the Mardi Gras was the Flying Scotsman, Chris Williams. So, at the time at least, if you believe that they're going to put their top cruise directors on the top ship, at the time when the Mardi Gras came out, you might argue that they thought Mike Pack, Lee Mason, and Chris Williams were their three best because they had them on the best ship, right? Their newest baby. All right. Now, at that time, Kimball Fire was the cruise director on the Carnival Vista. And let me tell you, she was doing an exceptional job. Why do I know this? Well, because I cruised with her for 3 consecutive weeks. And I can tell you, she knocked it out of the park. And she has not stopped ever since. Now, she worked the contract on the Vista. And when they were, tinkering with the schedule, they started to notice just how great she was doing. Okay. Not only that, but the other candidate, Cookie, they noticed that he was continuing to do the phenomenal job that he always has. And they said, hey, you two, let's get you some experience on our big ship, the Carnival Mardi Gras. Let's have you two work as cruise directors here for a few weeks and see how you do, see how you like it. And they both did. Now, at the time, Cookie had been working the Carnival Breeze, and as I mentioned, Kendall had been working the Carnival Vista. Now, since then, Cookie is now on the Carnival Horizon, which is currently, I guess, the fourth newest ship, right? But Kendall has gone on to the Carnival Mardi Gras. So that very ship that she was asked to come train on before it was announced Lee was going to get the celebration, she's now the resident cruise director of the Carnival Mardi Gras. So would she have all the experience and knowledge of the ship, knowledge of the Carnival Jubilee? Absolutely 100%. Who could make an argument that they might know it even better, that would be Chris Williams. Now, does Cookie have experience on it too? Absolutely. The experience of the other two? Certainly not. All right, so that is a little knock against Cookie, but could he handle the job? I have no doubt. 110% confidence that he could knock it out of the park if he were awarded to the Carnival Jubilee. Now, let's look at a couple other things. All right. Cruise director schedules. Let's look at Cookie's schedule. All right. Now, this is a schedule through the end of 2023. Note when he is going back on the horizon. Is it near the end of the year? It is. In November. Okay. Now, the Jubilee is supposed to have its inaugural sailing in December. So, that would lead you to believe, if they were going to stick to that schedule, that Cookie isn't going to be the inaugural cruise director. Now, you might say, oh, well, that's just a schedule. They could tear that up and throw somebody else in there. And 100% they could do that. 100% they could do that. And, you know, I might argue like they should do that, right? After cruising with Cookie recently, I can tell you he's as genuine and awesome a cruise director as you could hope to have on a ship, right? But I do think it's slightly telling that he's on the schedule that way. Why do I think it's telling? Well, let's look at Kendall Fire's schedule. When does she end her contract? And when does she start her new contract? And on what ship is she scheduled to start her new contract? Notice anything there? And how about Chris Williams? Let's look at his schedule. When does he end his schedule and go on vacation? And then what ship is he scheduled to go on after that? I don't see one. I don't see one for Kendall. So that would lead me to believe that these two, with the most experience on the XL class, these two, one male, one female, that are highly regarded cruise directors with Carnival, are going to get the Carnival Jubilee and be its inaugural cruise director. Now, finally, there's something that I feel probably shouldn't be a reason to be the deciding factor, but it very well could be. Kendall, I did a Q&A session with her in 2021 when we came back from the pandemic. And in that Q&A session, she shared at the time, this was before Lee Mason was awarded the Carnival Celebration, but she said, hey, I got my eyes on that and I want to be the inaugural cruise director of the Carnival Celebration. Now, obviously, she missed on that one. But if you follow my videos and you've been a coach cruiser, you'll know that before Lee was awarded the Carnival Celebration, I predicted Kendall was going to get it because I saw that ambition, I saw that drive, and I saw how phenomenal she was as a cruise director. So I was banging the table for her. You know, if I was on the Carnival's board, I would say, hey, give it to Kendall, give it to Kendall. That being said, they made the right decision with Lee because Lee, you know, just absolutely hit it out of the park, so much so he was cruise director of the year, not just for Carnival, but across the entire oceans, right? But getting back to Kendall, she absolutely wants it. She is driven, she is ambitious, and she's an amazing cruise director. Now, Chris Williams, Flying Scotsman, he has been in stealth mode, okay? And you can be in a stealth fighter and you are very dangerous. And I think from a Carnival corporate perspective, he has been at the top among the cruise directors. He's been with the Mardi Gras. He's been with the Celebration. He's been with all the XL class ships. Could they say, hey, Chris has put in his time. He has rave reviews amongst the cruisers when he's the cruise director. He's earned it. He's put in more time than anybody. He has more time on the XL class ships. We're going to give it to him. They could very well say that. However, I don't think they are going to say that. Once again, I predicted Kendall Fire was going to get the Carnival Celebration, and I'm going to predict that she's going to get and has earned the Carnival Jubilee. She has a following. Cookie probably has a larger following, but I don't even know if he wants the XL class. If he does, he's just been very humble about it, and not said anything, just gone about being the amazing cruise director that he is, my cousin Cookie. But we do know that Kendall absolutely wants it, and she's been working her tail off, and like I said, been doing a phenomenal job. So it is my prediction once again that she's going to get it this time. She missed on the celebration, but I strongly feel like she's going to get it. Chris Williams, a lot of respect for him. Haven't cruised with him in several years. I know he's a good cruise director, and researching countless cruise pages, the people that have cruised with him, they give him excellent reviews as well. All I do is read reviews and things like that, and do videos and cruise content. And I can tell you, the three cruise directors, without a doubt, it's not even close. It's these three and then a big, big gap. Okay. But those three are Lee Mason, Cookie, and Kendall Fire. Those three cruise directors are thought of so much. It's not even close to whoever the next cruise director. It's not even close. I can tell you. I mean, that's just being objective. I'm not trying to sell you on anything. And you know what? Those of you that haven't gotten the opportunity to cruise with either of those three, I think once you did, you kind of understand why. Not to say that there aren't some absolutely phenomenal cruise directors within the Carnival fleet that aren't them. It's just that those three seem to stand out a little bit more amongst the cruisers, at least in terms of, that's my favorite cruise director. I only want to cruise with them. I mean, you'll get comments like that. And Cookie made the comment in an interview I did with him just last month. And he said that they're all friends, so those of you that are like, oh, Cookie's better than Kendall, Cookie should get it, don't. They just laugh about it. They are good friends. They talk to each other. They spend time with one another. Lee Mason, Cookie, Kendall, they're all great friends. And most all the cruise directors, for that matter, are great friends. And I can probably tell you that whoever ends up getting the inaugural cruise director, the other couple people will be right there beside them and congratulate them. Maybe they'll be a little bit disappointed, but they'll be happy for them all the same. Like I said, Cookie says, they see, on Facebook and things like that, people, fighting for them or against them, saying, one is better than the other. And they're just laughing at it. They think it's a big riot. I'm sure they're flattered by it as well when we're all saying how great they are and everything, and they're better than this person or that person, but they really don't have that, I guess, that rivalry or combativeness against one another. They just have a lot of fun with one another. So that is it. Take it as you will. I believe Carnival is going to award Miss Kendall Fire, K Fire, the Carnival Jubilee. We'll find out. We probably won't find out to the middle of summer, but tell me in the comments, who do you think it's going to be? Do you agree with me? Do you think it's Kendall Fire? If you do, put it in the comments. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think that, hey, I don't care about experience, whatever? Who cares if Kendall's been on the Mardi Gras or whatever? Cookie is the absolute best. He should get it. Or somebody like Chris Williams, the Flying Scotsman, which I don't have as much experience with. And then if there's somebody else, maybe there's somebody that you cruised with that has experience, that maybe they've snuck on the XL class and done at least a couple weeks on there, that I'm forgetting about or I've missed. Put them in the comments that you think they could get it. But let's blow these comments up. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. This is a unique video. We don't do this type of video very often. Only when the new ship is coming out, especially if it's a Carnival new ship. So this is going to be the last type of video that we do, at least in regards to Carnival for a while, because they don't have any new ships planned. So let's make this a good one. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll get back to you with more cruise content soon. So make sure that subscribe and notification button is hit, and we will talk to you later.
Absolutely. Just because I've been given the honor of bringing out Celebration, it doesn't make me any bad than the incredible team that are out there that do such an awesome job.
Oh, sure.
And secondly, and this one is huge, like and subscribe Ring that notification bell so you know when this man is posting more videos.
I appreciate that you so much.
You're welcome,
Thank
man.
you, Lee.
I just can't get away from a good